Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha, Jaya Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha, Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशी श्रीमद् भगवत चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मई यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री गौनिताय की जय। श्री श्री राधा वल्लभ की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रमयी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताय गौ प्रेमानंदे। All glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glorious Sri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Dhyayat Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavatiruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikim. We continue our reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28, chapter entitled Puranjana Becomes a Woman in the Next Life. Text number 19. Na mai anasite bhungte na nasnate snati matparaha mai ruste susantrasita bhatsite yatavak bhayat namai anasite bhungte namai anasite bhungte nasnate snati matparaha nasnate snati matparaha mayi ruste susantrasta mayi ruste susantrasta bhatsite yatabak bhuyat bhatsite yatabak bhuyat namai anasite bhungte namai anasite bhungte nasnate snati matparaha nasnate snati matparaha mairuste susantrasta mairuste susantrasta bhartriste yatabhag bhayat bhartriste yatabhag bhayat namai anasite bhungte nasnate snati matparaha mairuste susantrasta bhatsite yadbhag bhayat nasnate snati matparaha Nasnate snati matpara Mairuste susamtrasta Atsitse yad bhagyavat Namaya sinaste bhungte Nasne para Mairuste susamtrastra Mataji? Nasite bhunte Na, never. Mai, when I, anasite, had not eaten, bhungte, she would eat. Na, never. Asnate, had not taken bath. Snati, she would take her bath. Matpara, always devoted to me. Mai, when I, Ruste, was angry. Sutsatrasta, very much frightened. Bhatsite, when I chastised. Yatabak, fully controlled of words. Bhayat, out of fear. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The king Puranjana then began to think of his past dealing with his wife. He recalled that his wife would not take her dinner until he had finished his. That she would not take her bath until he had finished his. And that she was always very much attached to him. So much so that if he would sometimes become angry and chastise her, she would simply remain silent and tolerate his misbehavior. Translation responsibly. King Puranjana then began to think of his past dealing with his wife. He recalled that his wife would not take her dinner until he had finished his. That she would not take her bath until he had finished his. And that she was always very much attached to him. So much so that if he would sometime become angry and chastise her, she would simply remain silent and tolerate his misbehavior. Purport. A wife is always supposed to be submissive to her husband. Submission, mild behavior, and subservience are qualities in a wife which makes a husband very thoughtful of her. For family life, it is very good for a husband to be attached to his wife, but it is not very good for spiritual advancement. Thus, Krishna consciousness must be established in every home. If a husband and a wife are very much attached to one another in Krishna consciousness, they will both benefit because Krishna is the center of their existence. Otherwise, if a husband is too much attached to his wife, he becomes a woman in his next life. The woman being overly attached to her husband becomes a man in the next life. Of course, it is an advantage for a woman to become a man, but it is not advantage for a man to become a woman. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitan Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabhadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Vitam Sa. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, we continue to hear this wonderful narration. That is the narration or the teachings by Narad Muni to Prachinivari Shat King. And he's narrating the story of King Puranjan. This allegorical story. Puranjana, of course, represents the living entity. That's us. So thus far, Narad Muni has, the Puranjana is come to the stage of his life. He's old, just about to leave his body. Everything is failing. The life air, the bodily organs, everything is failing now. Now he's in the deathbed. In this particular sloka, the King Puranjana is now just simply thinking of the past dealings that was between him and his wife, children, so on and so forth. So, in this particular verse, he is thinking about his wife, how she would eat when he finished his eating. She would only take bath when he finished. She would be very submissive wife. So he's now very much attached to wife. So this whole chapter, what's the name of the chapter? King Puranjana becomes a woman. Why would that be? Yes. Now he's so much attached, so much absorbed, so much thoughts. As Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajayante kalevaram. Means whatever things you remember at the time of death, you are to attain similar body. So what's the Puranjana is thinking now about? Woman. So now next life, we'll read the consequences, the subsequent verses, that how he becomes a woman. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about the qualities of a lady, a woman, chaste ladies, qualities. Before that, we must understand we are in the body, either in the male or female body, because of karma. Because our activities and desire from the past, we get body accordingly. So ultimately, neither we are a woman, neither a man. We are a spiritual being, as Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, right? However, when we take a body, either in the male body or a female body, we have certain responsibilities. There are certain guidelines they give. How we act, how we behave, what are the different qualities one should have, that's what it is. So, and in the body of a female or body of the woman, there are great personalities who have performed their roles so perfectly, they are even entitled to actually go back home, back to Godhead. If the role is carried out in such a perfect way, then they are actually entitled to even go back to Godhead or even promoted to the heavenly planets. There are so many personalities like, chaste personalities like Draupadi, Gandhari, Kunti. Historically, we can see so many personalities. Gandhari just when she found out that she was marrying a blind husband, what did she do? She also blinded herself off. Why should I be better than my husband? So therefore she blindfolded for her the rest of her life. So like that, so many. Draupadi, Kunti, Gandhari, Mandodari, Anasuya, Madhusita, Ahilya, Tara. These are all the great personalities, and historically they are depicted in our scriptures as a great chaste woman. Something to follow upon. So I'm not an expert in this subject matter. However, in our scriptures, there's plenty of information is given. So it is always safe for a speaker to speak on what the great personalities have already spoken. So in this context of being what is the qualities and different behavioral of the chaste wife, Narad Muni, as we're hearing this, Narad Muni also instructing the Parchini Varishad, Narad Muni also gives the instruction to Maharaj Yudhishthir in the similar topic of being a householder, being what's the duty of what's the qualities, what are the different symptoms of a chaste wife. So in Maharaj Yudhishthir is inquiring from Narad Muni when Narad Muni visited him after the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 11, Narad Muni gives some principles of a chaste wife, as Prabhupada mentioned, gives a whole purport on the same topic. So in the Canto 7, Chapter 11, Text 25, Narad Muni gives 4 principles for a chaste woman. To render a service to a husband. Tat sususha. To be always favorably disposed towards the husband. Anukula. So 2 qualities. Principles. Third, Tad bandhusu anubrittai. She should be equally well disposed towards husband's relatives and friends. Nitya tadbrata dharma. She should follow the vows of a husband always. So 4 principles. What are they? Render service to the husband, favorably disposed, equally disposed to the relatives and friends, and follow the vows of husband. If a husband is a devotee, naturally she will also follow husband. So that's what it means. When you say follow the husband or follow the whatever the vow of husband means, husband is a devotee and wife follows. Now, Narad Muni also gives how a chaste wife behaves. He gives 10 different ways she behaves. Number 1, the chaste wife must dress nicely and decorate herself with the golden ornaments for a pleasure of husband. She should always dress nicely, be clean. Always wearing a clean and attractive garments. She should sweep and clean the household with water and liquids so that entire house is always pure and clean. Cleanliness. Dress nicely, clean. Keep the household clean. No
coronavirus.
Sorry?
No coronavirus.
No coronavirus, yes. Keep it clean. No coronavirus, that's correct. Number 4, she should always collect the household paraphernalia and keep the house always aromatic and with incense and flowers. Again, shuchi, clean, keep it clean and make it nice or aromatic. Number 5, must be ready to execute the desire of a husband. Number 6, being modest or humble, humility. Number 7, be truthful. Speaking a true words, not being deceive. Control her senses, controlling of senses. And speaking of sweet words. And number 10, the chaste woman should always engage in the service of her husband with love, according to time and circumstances. This is Narad Muni giving. They listed 10 different ways it could be. She behaves so that the household becomes a pleasant atmosphere, pleasant to carry out the duties, to carry out devotional service, raising children. It all becomes a pleasant experience, or pleasant circumstances. Now, Narad Muni gives 7 qualities of a woman in the same chapter, in text number 28. A chaste woman should not be greedy. Alo lupa means should not be greedy, chaste woman. Satisfied in all circumstances, santusta. It's not that he's always demanding so and so. Whatever is by the providence of karma, whatever the time is is there, she is satisfied. She must be very expert in performing household duties, daksha. So not being greedy, being satisfied what she has, whatever is there, and expert in household affairs. Number 4, she should speak pleasingly and truthfully. The word, when we speak, when we converse, what has to be? Truthful and pleasing, not harsh words. She should speak pleasingly and truthfully. That's the 4th one. She should be very careful. The word is used apramatta. Pramatta means madness, completely crazy. Apramatta is completely opposite. She should be she should be very careful. Number 7, always clean and pure, suchi. Again, so much cleanliness, so emphasis is given cleanliness, keeping it nice and clean. Number 7, thus the just woman should engage with affection in the service of a husband who is not fallen. He's given a condition there. Narmani gives the condition, who is not fallen. Apatitam. Fallen means that he is not practicing, or he's not being chaste, or it's just, not behaving properly. She should, as long as husband is in a good path, behaving, she should follow her husband. This is not me repeating, it's Narad Muni repeating, I'm just repeating, obviously. So these are some of the qualities Narad Muni gives as for the how a chaste woman should behave, and what is the quality, what are the different things she should do, certain activities. The woman who engages in the service of her husband follows strictly in the footsteps of a goddess of fortune, surely returns home back to Godhead. This is in text number 29. With her devotee husband, and lives very happily in Vaikuntha planet. So his reward for doing, for behaving, for serving, that is the reward, is what Narad Muni is giving us. That they both return back home, back to Godhead, go to the spiritual world. Wonderful reward, isn't it? Now, as we mentioned, there's personalities like Draupadi. I just want to narrate one small instance. That's the in Mahabharata it is explained, it is given. When the Pandavas were in the forest, Lord Krishna and Satyabhama are visiting them, just to check how they are, how they're doing. Because they are in the forest, there must be a difficulty. So Lord Krishna, just to give them some encouragement, so he visits Pandavas along with Satyabhama. So in that meeting, there is a conversation between a Draupadi and Satyabhama that is mentioned. Now, Satyabhama is Lord Krishna's wife. She is always seeking and looking for how she can always improve her service to her husband. Who's Satyabhama's husband? Lord Krishna, personality of Godhead. So she's always anxious to know how to serve the husband. So in that meeting, knowing the fact Draupadi is in a very difficult circumstances in the forest, without the palace, without the servants, without anything, yet she is able to look after and please these 5 husbands. So what's the secret? She's asking. She asks, this is Satyabhama asks, Draupadi, I know that you are able to rule your husbands who are as strong and handsome as the chief gods, but why are they so obedient to you and never upset by you? Please explain what you are doing so I may get Krishna to always obey me also. So who's asking? Satyabhama. Who's she asking to? Draupadi. Yes. Just trying to keep you awake. Here's the reply. Draupadi replies, the eternal virtue for a woman is based on her concern for her husband. The husband is the wife's god or master or her shelter. Truly, she she has no other refuge. Why then should she hurt her husband, even in the slightest degree? Whether I am sleeping, eating, or ornamenting myself, I never act against the will of my husband, always directed by them. I never speak badly about my mother-in-law. Wow. Very important, isn't it? Super important. So Draupadi is here saying, giving us a hint for us, for our modern ladies, that never speak badly about mother-in-law. In other words, your husband's family is also as important. It is important because now she has come from her family into this family, and husband's family. It's in her interest to keep them all happy. That makes it pleasant. Satyabhama asked a question. Is that all? She's saying, is that all? Draupadi replied, no. There are also other things, such as the way I act towards my exalted husbands. For example, I lay aside my vanity or pride. So she is humble. Restrain my desire and anger. Always wait on them and their other wives with devotion. Remember, the Draupadi also the Pandavas also have other wives as well. I control my jealousy. It's common things that takes place between. So I control my jealousy with love in my heart, without feeling humiliated. With work I do. I serve my husbands. I am afraid to say that what is wicked or untrue, or to look or sit or walk improperly, or glance at them in a way reveals the feeling of my heart. My heart is not disposed with any other male. She is so faithful, she is not disposed to any other male. Be he a human, celestials, Gandharva, young, ornamented, wealthy, or handsome. So she is now saying that doesn't matter. Now I'm married, my husband is the one. Any other person, she's not attached to. I never bathe, eat, or sleep till my husbands and our servants have. So she eats only after her husbands eat, and then even she feeds the servants. Look at the compassion. Whenever my husband returned from a field, woods or town, I immediately get up and offer them my respect by providing them with water and seat to sit. I am always busy serving my husbands, and I never desire to be away from them. When my husband have leave home to visit some relatives, I don't wear any kinds of flower or scented paste or practice, and I practiced austerity. So when she's dressing herself in the presence of a husband, but when the husband's away, she's keeping herself simple, austere. Whatever my husband don't drink, I don't drink, eat or enjoy. I also don't always seek the good of my husband and always wear ornaments to follow their instructions or his instruction. there's quite a long list, so I won't go through this quite a bit. So that is the conversation, that is the Draupadi is giving. What is the secret that it pleases the husband? She's now with 5 husbands, and Satyabhama is also wanting to. She's giving that the secret of being a chaste wife. Now there is a husband, so there's a wife. Now we heard the list of what about the husbands? Is there any rules for them as well? Huh? Husband also has to be. It's a role. A wife has a role and husband has a role. So for a husband, this is from Mahabharata Adi Parva, chapter 74, text 50 and 51. No man, even in anger, should never do anything that is disagreeable to his wife. This is Mahabharata. This is, for happiness, joy, virtue, and everything depends on a wife. Men agree? Happy wife, happy life. As John said correctly. Yes, you're right. Even Mahabharata is saying the same thing. Yeah? Virtue and everything depends on a wife. Wife is a sacred soil in which the husband is born again. Every man has a mother. Mother is a woman. Yes? So it says, even the rishis cannot create men without woman. So, man has a role, so this is the greatness of the woman. So, I was also doing a little bit of research on this. There is some points, I found some reference that was in our ISKCON the Grihastha manual or Grihastha ministry has published some guidelines for our congregational and devotional Grihastha devotees. This is some of the things they have mentioned about how a husband should behave, or what are some of the things. So, a natural quality of a real Vaishnava husband is to understand how much his wife is helping him in a devotional service, protecting him from Maya. And there will be a true appreciation and gratitude. So husband has to be express the gratitude and the appreciation towards wife. According to the Vedic wisdom, a good wife is a great asset for materially and spiritually. Yes. When she is materially happy, she creates an atmosphere, and there's a whole pleasant household. And when all this, as we heard from past, that if everything is executed nicely, then we go back home, back to Godhead. So materially, spiritually, they are an asset. Nice prasadam, yes. Cook nice prasadam, that's a nice asset, yes. So the responsibility of a husband, it's the marriage between husband and a wife means the husband should be responsible for wife's well-being and protection in all cases. And the husband should be nicely trained in Vedic or devotional activities, so he gives a assistance or trains also wife if required. Now, as a famous quote from Rishabdev in 5th canto, chapter 5, text 18. Now he said, we should not become what? Gurur nasasyat. First is, We should not become a spiritual master, guru. Guru na sasyat, swajana na sasyat. Swajana means a caregiver or the relatives who's looking after somebody, dependent. You should not become a guru or a caregiver, pita, father, janani, mother, devam, or worshipable demigods, pati, husband. If namochet ya samupeta mrityum, if these different role or different personalities cannot deliver the dependence from the cycle of birth and death. Guru na sasyat, sujano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat, daivam na sasyat, na patishcha sasyan, na mochayet ya samupeta mrityum. If we can, with those, so all those roles, guru, pita, mother, father, demigods, and caregiver, and so on and so forth, if they cannot deliver their dependence, then they should not become. It's a great responsibility. Either become a husband or a wife or guru and so on and so forth. It's a responsibility. So, everything that is husband should consider is for the service of the Lord. It belongs to Krishna. Similarly, the wife is also wife, children, wealth, everything, property, everything is Krishna and utilize. So again, Krishna is in the center of household life. And having and husband should had humility, tolerance, and understanding are the important attributes of performing as a husband. Now, again in Mahabharata, Bhishmadev is giving instruction to Maharaj Yudhishthira after the battlefield. Yudhishthira Maharaj went to Bhishmadev while he was in the bed of arrows, just about to leave. He was waiting for a right moment to leave. During that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj goes to ask Bhishmadev, gets instructions on different subject matters, like how to rule the kingdom, what is the duty of a man, what is the duty of a woman, or duty of different Stri Dharma, so on and so forth. So in that one, Bhishmadev is giving instances. It is very important for every single woman must be given a love, adorned and honored. And the Shastra says that where the woman is honored, even the demigods are pleased. A home in which the woman is not honored, all acts become fruitless. This is Bhishmadev giving an instruction. Similarly, we have another incident that the Chanakya Niti gives us how we should look. It says Matravat Paradareshu, how the man should look at other women as, besides her wife, Matrivat, as you would give a respect, as you look at as your mother. Matrivat paradareshu paradravyani lostravat. He's just giving just hints on how the man should look the other women as matrivat, or like mother, and others' wealth as lostravat, means as you see a garbage in the street. So others' wealth one should look at as you see as just a rubbish. And how you should treat others. Atmavat sarva bhuteshu. You should treat as you would like to be treated. to others. Ya pasyati sa pandita. Those who behave this, they are known as wise person or pandita. So you look at other women as you look at his mother, and others' wealth as a rubbish. And how will you treat others? As you would like to treat yourself, you should be treating others. This is Chanakya Pandit. And in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, from early days, he's instructed his disciple to address ladies as Matajis, or mothers. This is Prabhupada's guidelines that's given there. So again, both husband and wife have a role to play. They have a different responsibility, they have different ways. So now in this same context, Yudhishthira Maharaj is also asking Narad Muni, because the topic is now the Grihastha house and husband and wife, Grihastha life. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking Narad Muni a question. He says, "O my Lord, O great sage, kindly explain how we should be, how we are staying at home without knowledge of a goal of life may also easily attain liberation according to the instruction of Veda." Means, as a householder, how we should behave, what should we do? Narad Muni responds. Two things he mentions. Narad Muni replied, "My dear king, those who stay at home as a householder must act according to act to earn their livelihood. And instead of trying to enjoy the result of their work themselves, they should offer the results to Krishna or Vasudeva. How to satisfy Vasudeva in this life can be perfectly understood through the association of the great devotees." So what is one of the Narad Muni, the principle of a householder life? Narad Muni is saying, is you have to earn, Grihastha has to earn, he has to pay the bills, he has to pay mortgage, he has to pay loans, so on and so forth. But the result is offered to Krishna. First instruction. And in that last line, what did Narad Muni say? No, he said they understand through the association of great devotee. So satsang, association is very important. So he's emphasizing that point, yes. You can serve Krishna, you can understand everything, but you need to have the directions or the association of the saintly personalities in order to do that, in order to be encouraged to do that.
Birds of the feather stick together.
Yes, bird of the same feather stick together, as John says.
Also, if you want to fly like an eagle, don't hang around with the turkey.
Correct. Now here's another instruction that gives the importance of association. A grihastha must associate again and again with saintly persons. And with great respect, he must hear the nectar of the activities of Lord Krishna and his incarnation, as the activities described in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and other Puranas. Thus, he should gradually become detached from the affection of a wife, children, exactly like a man awakening from a dream. So what does the good association do? According to this sloka? Detachment. Detachment from? Yes, household, just material life, just household stuff, home, children, wife, and so on and so forth. So that's the power of the good association, or this association of the saintly personalities, is that eventually, as Narada gives example of this, like you are dreaming. So whatever you have is, you have 100 years of life. In that 100 years life, you'll be working hard and everything. So, but what is it's just a dream. It's a very short period of time. You had wife, children, wealth, so on and so forth. Narada is saying it's just have to give up as it's like a dream. Because at the end of when person dies, mrityu sarva haras chaham. At the end of the life, everything remains here. Nothing goes. Yeah. So, so some of the basic things that I was just reading the Grihastha manuals that's put out by our GVC. Some of the things they mentioned, they give some of the guidelines what we as a practicing devotee should do. He says, one of the things says, rising early in the morning and taking a bath, greeting and worshipping the deities, chanting the prescribed number of rounds, worshipping Tulsi Devi and the deities, of course, reading daily the scriptures like Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and Śrīmad Bhāgavad Gita, offering everything we eat, offer to Krishna first and honor the prasadam, and serve the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, performing charity in the mode of goodness. So Grihasthas, one of the things we should be doing is giving a charity. Charity to with the charity in the mode of goodness means that we don't give a charity to a person who's gonna, if we give the charity, if we give money, for example, to a drunk person who is addicted to drugs or some alcohol, that is not a highest. It's not in a mode of goodness. It's in a mode of ignorance. You're trying to help the person, but he's going to misuse it. So the recommendation is to give in the charity in the mode of the goodness, where the donation or the gifts as given is going to be utilized in the correct service. Perform sacrifices. The best sacrifice for us is Sankirtan Yagya, chanting the holy name. Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva Gatiranyatha. That is the recommended yagya for householders, for everybody for that matter. Household, may it be a householder, may it be a sannyasi, may it be a vanaprasthi, for everybody for this age is Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, nothing else. Such is the. So time's up, so just in here, any questions or comments or corrections? Yes, Mahatmaji.
As we said, A, B, C, D, all 5 things. Association, reading Prabhupada books, chanting the holy name, deity worship.
Yes, as Mahatmaji said, A, B, C, D. Sorry? Gurupada said. So A is for association, B for reading books. C for chanting the holy name. D, deity worship. A, B, C, D, I forgot my alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, what's E?
E is
eating prasad. Okay, E for eating prasad, yes. Yes, very nice, yes. We must do our ABCDs daily. Guru Padashraya is very important, yes, very nice, thank you. Yes, Krishna. So the question from the little Krishna is that on the Nityananda Trayota he heard in the lecture that when Lord Nityananda was asked by a Brahmana, visiting Brahmana or sadhu, that to give his son to go travel with him, and the father of Lord Nityananda, Harai Pandit, right? Yes. Did he feel the same separation as Dasarath Maharaj? And did he also die? The question is, he did not die. Definitely he felt the same separation as Lord Ram being away. He definitely felt that, but he did not die. But he stayed, remained, yeah, of course, in separation he lived. Yes. So question is why taking birth as in the body of woman is disadvantaged? I don't think so. There's anywhere mentioned as disadvantaged as such. It's advantages. It has a role. If the role is, as we whole lecture we heard, if the role of a woman carries out as prescribed, as should be, then how is it disadvantaged?
For a woman getting a birth in the next life, a man is a good thing, but for a man to get a birth in the next life as a woman is not a...
Either way, it's either taking birth as a man has advantages as well as there are being a man also disadvantages. That applies to ladies also. It's not really in disadvantages, but as long as the lady performs how he's supposed to perform the duties and carry out, and there's no disadvantage. But there could be some, yes, but I'm not really familiar with.
And they say a wife has to be expert in doing things like that. So what if she's not expert?
So the wife has to be expert. What if the wife is not expert? Well, it depends. You cannot be expert in every subject matter, but there will be some expertise, at least to perform a basic, the chores of the household. She's generally, if when the female body is taking birth, she sees the mother, there's a whole training from mother and the relatives and everything is giving to the basic chores of the house. So what is expert means being expert in the looking after the households. It's not being expert in the subject matter of biology or science or airplane or technology or computer. That is not what that expertise is referring to. The expertise being referred here is that how she is able to dharma brata or follows the religious principles of a husband or performs a devotional service, keeps the house clean, keeps the household happy, well behaved with the mother-in-law, so on. So like that. So these are just the basic chores. Yeah, that's in that subject matter. Yes, you should be expert. Exactly. Yes. They may not be everybody has their skills and assets, and so may not be a expert in somebody expert in one subject matter or one thing, other. But whatever she is, yes, good. Yes. Yes, can be average, yes. So it's not, no worries. Okay, little Krishna. Okay. Yeah.
Ram left the Ayodhya and Dasa died. This is the very highest the chance of the life. If we leave the body, regarding Lord Krishna, the affection of the Lord Krishna is the very great chance.
Yes. The comment is from our audience here. Shastriji, yes, from Vrindavan?
Yeah.
From Mathura. Vrindavan, yes. that when Dasaratha Maharaj left the body, in the leaving of his body was in so much so in separation of Lord Ramachandra. That is very positive, because Ante Narayana Smriti. At the end of the life, our goal is to remember Ram or Krishna. So Dasaratha Maharaj's leaving body is very, very pleasant and very, very auspicious. And by leaving body in that separation of Lord Ramachandra, he's gone back home, back to Godhead. Krishna, yes. Yes.
So many years, Muni take meditation, pray the God, supreme power, please come at the time of leaving the body.
Yes.
But it is very great chance.
Yes.
The human being body, human soul found
Yes.
this chance.
Yes. Okay, who is the next one? Yes, yes.
In the same context.
Yeah.
Like, of course, Lord Rama, he is the Supreme Personality of God. And there is a normal household life. So his son, like, leaving his body because his son is going away. Of course, he want to go back to Godhead. No, of course, the lesson in that. So that's how, like, the question come up. If someone knows he's the Supreme Lord, so if he loves in that context,
Yes. So I'm just repeating this because of the online people are hearing. So in the context of Dasaratha Maharaj leaving the body in the separation of Lord Ramachandra, in his circumstances, it happens so that Lord Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. But in general case, that's not the case, right? So what is if the father or remembers or he has got attachment to his family household life, what is his destination? The whole chapter is Narad Muni is giving, what is he saying? Ante yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. As you remember, whatever things you remember at the time of death, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 8, the yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajayante kalevaram, he receives the body as he remembers. As what is the goal for the devotees? Ante Narayana Smriti, Bhagavatam says. At the end of the life, the goal for a devotee is to remember Lord Krishna or Narayan. Yes, Krishna. In the word, the Nityananda Trayodasi, what's Trayodasi means? Trayodasi is like we have, in Sanskrit, we count the days. Ekadas, for example, we start from Pratipada. Pratipada is the first day. Dutiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Sasti, Saptami, Astami, Navami, Dasami, Ekadasi, Dwadasi, and Trayodasi. It goes up to 15. Okay? So Trayodasi is the third day from, it's the 13th day in the waning or Shukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha. Both. There's 15 days each. The month is divided into half. So 13th day is known as Trayodasi. Yeah? That's why it's called Trayodasi. Yes? Puranjana was remembering. Yeah. Sorry, you have to speak louder. So how come Puranjana remember?
He's comparing himself with Puranjana. I'm a kid. Everybody says kids got a moment
Okay.
and older. So how come he remember? I can't remember even what I did when I was more younger.
Yes, yes. There are certain things you don't remember in a life. If you are like, for example, if you are 80 years old or 50 years old, certain things you don't remember. However, some important things, important dealings, you still remember. I mean, Mahatma Ji can tell he's now 84. He can remember almost, he's very good, he got very sharp memory. He can remember 83, yes. But he may not remember what he ate when he was 10 years old in a certain day. Yes, he cannot. That's very detailed, minute. But he will remember some instances, like, how his mother was behaving with him, or how his friend he had in the grade 10 or 9, whatever he studied. He will remember things. They will remember certain things. Like in this example, the Puranjana remembers certain things, like he was very attached to his wife. Yes? So that is a whole life he was dealing with his wife, so he remembers his wife. Yeah? Yes, Prabhuji.
Well, you said the four things. First, the other woman, you should look like a mother. The second thing, the other wealth, look like a garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So how we can, because that's the most problem in this world now.
There are so many problems, but we have to do it. That's what it says. I mean, we can't just go and, you see a beautiful woman, can you go and just say, it's not appropriate? It's just, huh?
An example for it, how to look at others.
How to look at other women's? Oh,
One example.
an example how to look at other women's. As soon as you,
Women, the others' wealth as garbage.
it's wealth. It's a metaphor. It's given in a sense. It's not a real thing. What it means is when you see if you see somebody has a lot of wealth, for example. If he's carrying a whole bag of money, millions of dollars in his bag, and you see it, what do you see it? What do you look at it? You're not lusting away. You're not making a plan to go and kill him and then try to plunder it. It's just doesn't belong to me. It's not mine. As good as it is, there's a pebble in the street. That is as good as that. Everything belongs to Krishna. So it's look at others' property as be satisfied what you have. Don't encroach in others. That's what it means.
Maybe a lot of people look at others' car, Ferrari, or they go on Ferrari.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
others looking at the car.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Any others? Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।